Hey guys, today I'm going to show you how to make this new Lottie style paper flower, and I'm going to be teaching it to you by using Savage Universal paper rolls, which is a little different than the 65-pound cardstock I use, but they work really well. You're also going to need a glue gun, a wood dowel to curl the petals with, the templates which are linked below in the description. You'll need scissors and or cutting machine. I love to use the Cricut cutting machine, which I've linked below as well, but you can also use scissors if you don't have one. So usually I use 65-pound cardstock for these, but I love Savage Universal. I've used it for a long time, and I wanted to try it out for flower making and see how it worked, and it worked really well. So be sure to check them out, and you can also visit the blog post about this flower and learn more about Savage Universal there as well. So you're going to want to cut the following number of petals. You're going to need 8 extra large, 8 large, 8 medium, 8 small, 8 extra small, 1 8-sided base, and 3 poppy center cutouts. So get all those cut out, whether by scissors or with a cutting machine. And if you need cutting machine measurements, those are also in the description below. Okay, so starting with our extra large petal, we have all our petals cut out here, but we're going to start with our extra large, and we're going to cut about 1.5 inch slit at the bottom. Doesn't have to be perfect, just around 1.5 inches. And then I want you to add some glue to one side and slightly overlap. I'm using a wood dowel here to curl my petals with, and for my extra large petals, I'm curling them backwards at an angle. So you're going to have something that looks like that with your extra large, and I want you to repeat the same thing with all 8 extra large petals. Then for your large petals, you're going to do exactly the same thing. You're going to cut a slit at the bottom, and you're going to add some glue to one side, you're going to overlap. And for your large petals, I like to curl one side inwards and one side backwards. Now, there's no right or wrong way to do this for a flower. I'm just showing you this particular design, how I put it together, but you can always mess with it and play around with it as you want to as well. So for the medium, I'm doing the same thing. I'm adding glue after cutting a slit, overlapping, and for the medium petals, I'm curling those inwards. So I like to do a little bit at an angle on the side there and kind of curl it inwards. For your small, do the same thing, cut your slit, overlap, and when you get to the smaller petals, the small and the extra small, you may not cut quite as deep because the petal is smaller, so you're cutting proportional to the petal size. I'm curling both sides inwards here for the small petal. Repeat that for all your small petals. And for your extra small, do the same thing. You cut your slit, you add your glue, and you overlap slightly. And then for the extra small, I'm curling both sides inwards too, just like the small petals. So again, you can be very free with this and do as you like, or you can follow me for a more similar look to your flower as well. I'm using my 8-sided petal perfect base here, and each side represents where we're going to place a petal. But for this particular design, we're going to be placing petals across from each other in a 4-pattern fashion. And it's pretty easy once you see how it's done. It just creates a slightly different look to how the petals are falling, rather than going in a traditional circle fashion, which you can do if you want to. So add some glue to the back side of an extra large petal and place it on one side of the 8-sided petal perfect base. Repeat with another extra large petal and place it across. Repeat again, and this time we're going to glue them adjacent to the 2 petals we just placed in, as well as directly across from the other remaining petal. So we've placed in 4 at a time here rather than going in a traditional circle. And now we're going to place the last 4 extra large petals in between the first 4 that we just did. Okay, so I'm just placing in my last extra large petal here into the last remaining space, and all 8 extra large petals have now been accounted for, and you should have something that resembles this here. Now we're going to continue with our large petals, and we're going to add them in between the last 4 extra large petals that we added. So we're adding 4 at a time here. That's why it's the 4-petal pattern method. And we're just placing those 4 large in between the extra large petals. It's a pretty easy pattern once you do it a couple times around. It just creates a little bit of a different look than the traditional method of going around in a circular fashion. I've done both with this flower, and it both looks pretty similar in the end. It just looks like it's blooming a little bit differently, and some might prefer that technique to others. So I decided to teach this one like so. And I've used this technique before in the past few years ago with a lot of rose designs, but I decided to do it with a non-rose design. So now we're going to add in our next 4 large petals in between those 4 large that we just placed in, continuing the same pattern. And as you're adding these in, feel free to give the bottom a little bit of a bend at a 90-degree angle, because you're going to want your petals to stand up and not just continue to sort of like fall back and cluster together. You want the center to become tight to the flower. So if you have to give the bottom of that petal a little bend upwards to get the petals to stand up better, that's what I do to avoid the petals from looking flat. So now we're going to be moving on to our medium petals, and we're going to continue exactly what we've been doing all along. So take 4 of your 8 medium petals and place those 4 in between the last 4 large that we placed in. And this is where you're definitely going to see me start to bend those petals upwards because you don't want them to fall flat. You don't want them to fall back. You want them to stand up and start to. This is where we're starting to really close the center of the flower together with these last couple layers here. So work your medium petals around until you've accounted for all 8 medium petals, just as we did with the layers before. Okay, the next step is going to be your small petals, and we're going to continue to do the same thing, and you're going to see me bend again the tip of the petal there, the base of the petal, and place it in, continue gluing them between the previous layer of petals 4 at a time. So these next couple layers are just going to be pretty monotonous, and you pretty much should understand the pattern by this point in time. So just go ahead and keep working in those small petals, all 8 of them, and then we're going to move over to our extra small petals in just a moment here, and we're going to add those in before we finish off the flower with our center. Your flower should resemble something like that, and now we're just going to add in the final 8 petals, which is our extra small petals, and you're going to continue the same fashion that we've been doing all along, the same pattern. So just go ahead and work those petals in, and make sure you're definitely bending the base of those petals at a 90-degree angle to get them that nice perky upright position in our flower center there. Okay, so the majority of your flower is finished now. We're just going to finish off the center of the poppy. And you'll have these poppy center templates that come with your download, and you're going to just fold them up with your fingers and kind of pinch the bottom a little bit. Excuse me, pinch the bottom a little bit so that it will stay upright. Repeat the same thing with your other two. Now, I do have a paper balloon shaping mat and tool set, which can be very helpful to this, to shaping paper when you're working with flowers. But for those who do not have that or do not wish to purchase or are just curious how to do it without it, this is how I would do it if I did not have that mat and tool set, which I will link below this video if you are interested in it. To layer them together, just place some glue in the center bottom and place it over the top of another petal. And do the same thing with the third one. Place it in the center, and then you can kind of just work with it as needed. You might be happy with exactly the way it looks, or you might want to fan it out, or maybe even push it together a little bit tighter. Just work with your fingers to make it as you wish until you're happy with it. And then the last thing we're going to do is just glue it down into the center of our poppy flower. Just add some glue to the back side here and place it down into the center. You could always do a different colored center if you wanted to be more traditional to a poppy in nature, but I just went with a red on red look here for a particular design I was working on. And if your outside petals feel like they need a little bit more of a curl, just take your dowel back around and give them a little bit of a deeper curl once the petals are in place until you're happy with the overall look. So you should have something that looks like that. Remember, flowers do take practice. And if you want to downsize this, you can just subtract use of the extra large petal to downsize this flower. And you could always do the circular fashion like is shown here with this large design. So I hope you enjoyed watching this. Thanks so much. Find these and free templates on AbbiKirstenCollections.com. See you next time.